Welcome to Deep Thought. Food can affect your thinking. I'm going to tell you what. I've talked before about how your overall environment outside of you can affect how you think. Your food can affect how you thinking. Let me just say a basic one. Now, I know some of the folks who listen, especially those in the African American community, have heard, or if you got some elders, have heard the word itis. Because you get, especially some southern African Americans, you know how it is. Get that big meal and then you got to take that nap afterwards. You had that Uncle Joe or something and he get that big meal. He'd, sit down. He might loosen up his pants a bit. Do that old Al Bundy thing. Loosen it up and then be sleep. Shoot. But that's the thing, because when you die, just on a basic level, when you digesting food, you get real tired. That's why a lot of people, that's why you don't get a lot of stuff done on jobs after like lunchtime. And in civilized countries, they'll have siestas because they like, you know what, let them sleep off that food. But that's on a basic thing. On another level, what you eat can affect your mindset. Like people got to be very careful what they eat. And yeah, you do have some people out there that promote veganism or, whatever. And, people have different things with that. But ultimately, every single person got to say, okay, how does this food affect my mood? How does it affect my thinking? Am I clear-headed all the time? Or am I well? Am I stressed out? Because they've had plenty of studies that show even like some of the foods you eat can affect your very health. Like people who might have high blood pressure or something, what they say, hey, you got to cut back on that red meat. That's affecting your health, but it's also affecting your thinking. See, understand something. Thinking isn't just located in the gray matter we refer to as the brain. Indeed, human beings have really several brains within them. Several levels. Just think of it as going up and down your spine. You have several levels. You get an input from several levels. So because you're not just seeing stuff, but you feeling stuff. You going beyond like regular consciousness. Now I know it sounds crazy, don't it? But think about it. How many people, men especially, have gotten fired up, ready to do some stuff after they had some spicy food? Indeed, you get that hot food and you ready to do some stuff, kick butt. In fact, I would even recommend hot food for a man trying to build up his masculine energy. And then at the same time, some women don't need to eat as hot a food because they're going to be fired up, but that's going to mess with their natural feminine energy. Indeed, women probably need to really look at what they're eating. Like, and it's so much. I ain't going to get too much into it because I'm not really, I have some very, very basic knowledge of how different foods affect people in general. But like I said, ultimately, you got to see how it affects you. Like, think about if your brain is real cloudy one day. Think about it. What did you eat? Or if you, like, say you get up and you just thinking clear, like everything is falling into place. And it's like your thoughts are clear, it's not cloudy. What did you eat that day? And I'm dead serious. You got to think, how does this affect you? How does it affect your gray matter? Because seriously, sometimes you can't eat certain things. I mean, people call it on a basic level allergies, but think about it. Think about the itis, because all that blood and everything's going around your stomach. You can't think as much. That's why you might be a little slow. And indeed, that's why some people in the morning say that's when you should really eat because that's when you're thinking the best. And it's very important. Your nutrition is very important. And you got to think about that. What is this doing to it? Seriously, you got to look at it. Sometimes you might have to give it up. Around, like, say, Rom. Yeah, I know. I'm always talking about those buffalo wings and everything. But I don't actually eat buffalo. Getting older and stuff, I don't eat them as much as I used to. because, I need to chill out a bit more for other reasons. I still eat them though. But I actually been slowly going more towards veganism anyway, but that's because, that's me. It works. And I've noticed just as I'm even recording this, been making a lot of smoothies and stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. I noticed my energy is a bit up. I'm thinking clearer and everything, but that's me. And that's in general. Regardless of how healthy you stay in general, your body is going to change. You can't help that. There's no shame in that. It happens. And I'm like, okay, can't throw it down like I used to. But that's very important. Seriously. Really, what are you eating? If you're a person and you can't seem, your mind is clouded, can't seem to get those ideas, take a quick look at what you're putting into your system. In fact, I'm going to tell you what, and this is a really bad thing, and I don't get too much into conspiracies, but so much food today is genetically modified and it's affecting people. I mean, there's a lot of talk about soy affecting testosterone. That's why some people have come up with the term soy boys. And that's still going to affect your thinking and everything, And like I said, I was going to say, you got so many things going on now. People wondering, what are they putting into the food? In fact, I remember a gentleman, he was in the Nation of Islam. He said, don't trust any food unless you get it from a person and you really trust that particular person. And he said any food, he ain't leave anything out. And that's the thing. And that's an unfortunate thing these days, because most people don't have the ability to really examine stuff, and then so much is genetically engineered. And you got to think, how's that affecting thinking? Now, that's something I had to look into even deeper. But on a basic level, just a basic level, regardless of what you put in your system, what's in it, you pay attention to everything. What's your mind? Are you foggy after eating certain things? Are you sluggish? Are you energized? And then especially think about what's on your mind. Because it can. 'Cause indeed, on a deeper level, there's people in holistic communities, they say food is your medicine. Seriously, like I'll leave it at that. See, tell you how deep it is. Like in the DC area, there's a place. It's called Eat Life Restaurant. It used to be called Everlasting Life. And I remember I was talking with the owner, and he was talking about a gentleman who was in really bad shape, spending like $2,700 a month on pills to deal with his ailments, but then started eating all this vegan food and everything, and was able to cut that back, able to lose weight, get healthier. Now, if that's affecting your health, it's affecting your thinking. So, and I'm not going to say go vegan. Some people can handle meat. Some people need some meat, to be honest. You gotta look at what works for you in particular. If you're not feeling well or you stressed out, look at your diet. And especially if you're having trouble thinking, all right? I want y'all to think on this, all right? Peace and blessings.